Hi, I'm Mark Mustian. Welcome back to Furious Fiction. I'm here with my co-host Diane Roberts and with Urmilla Deshpande, our guest author. She's the author of A Pack of Lies, Kashmir Blues, and a new story compilation that's just out a few months ago. So Urmilla, welcome. Glad you're here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Tell us a little bit about your writing. How did you come to do this? When did you start?
I started about 2005, I think it was. My mother had just died, and I'd come back to Tallahassee, and I was distraught, and I was trying to get rid of the grief around Lake Ella, you know, furiously going around and around, and started thinking about other things, and started writing this book which had nothing to do with death or myself or anything. It was just a story. And
well, your mother was quite a well-known writer herself, wasn't she?
She was, yeah.
Yes.
So I didn't dare write anything while she was around because the competition, everything, just I was afraid of her.
But did she write fiction also? Or
she did. She wrote fiction.
Is what
she
I
wrote
think
poetry
of
as
her,
well. Yeah. She translated a lot as well.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and I was really interested that in Pack of Lies, the heroine is named after Virginia Woolf and has a literary mother.
Whom I haven't read.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. But you know, it's Jenny's life is tough because her mother's head is off somewhere else. So I always think it's difficult to be the child of an artist.
It is. I pull a lot of that out of my life. Not all of it. It is fiction. It is lies, but best place to draw from.
And when your work is set mostly in India, and do you go back there and
I don't, but I was there until I was about 34, 35. So most of my experiences have been in India. So yeah, I guess that's where it comes from.
No, it's there very much.
It is.
And you present it so beautifully for us, you know, who most of your readers probably are not, don't have an Indian background, haven't been to India, and I mean it's wonderful, especially Kashmir Blues.
Well,
You've got such evocative scenes. I mean, it also explains Kashmir to us. Not that was. I
haven't been there.
That was your yes, but the idea of this disputed territory and somebody who just wants his homeland in one piece, no matter who claims to own it. It's very interesting. It's sort of subtly political, but not bam you over the head.
I had problems with that because in India they wanted to say, so well, what is your view on Kashmir? I said, well, it's not really Kashmir. It's it's literally it's fictional Kashmir. And they didn't get that, and I was like,
well,
not happy with
it's such a hot issue.
Yeah, maybe I should have.
So when Pack of Lies, that was the first novel.
Actually, the other one was the first one, but this one was published first.
Oh,
they thought it would be a better introduction to the readers.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the process of getting it published. I mean, was that difficult?
It was odd. There's a writer called Urmilla Deshpande, who's also a well-known writer. She's translating one of my mother's works. My mother wrote in Marathi and in English, and Urmilla Deshpande is translating one of my mother's books, and she said, and she kept corresponding with me saying, what did she mean by this, and what do you think this was, and what do you do? And I said, well, I just finished a novel. She said, oh really? So why don't you send it off to, so and so and so and so. And I went off for a holiday in the summer somewhere, and I came back, and there was an email saying we would like to publish these 2 books, and at that time I didn't have this one.
That's what we'd all like, to go off for a holiday and come back.
Yeah, but
we'd like to publish 2 books.
Yeah, but my publishers are in India, so it's not like I can live off them.
But your book's available in the U.S. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle. So it's worldwide as far as
as
far as we're concerned.
And there are a lot of readers in India. So
exactly.
I think there's more here. I don't think they're reading my books in India. Yeah,
really?
I don't think they're reading them.
Why do you think that is?
There's 23 languages. English is one of them.
Fair enough.
So I don't write in one of the.
Do you speak any of the other languages?
I do. I speak Marathi and Hindi, a little bit of couple of other ones, but
I mean, would you consider writing in those languages?
No. This is my first language.
Okay,
definitely.
talk about that. Is that a decision you had to make, or was it just easy?
Not at all. English is my first language.
It
is. It's not. I mean, it's not the language I started with, but it's the language I speak. It's the language I think in. It's the language I speak to my children and husband because my husband spoke another language. That's our language of communication. So I went to school, English medium school. So.
Well, tell us about Madhouse. How did you come to do that?
Well, my husband went to this engineering school, IIT, which is one of those the school, and they all think no end of themselves. And they have this Yahoo group where they're talking about their experiences from 35, I don't know how many years ago, a long time ago. And they were all really pleased with themselves. Let's do a book about this and so on. Would Umi be interested in editing? And I started looking at some of the stuff, and it's really funny and strange. And I thought, yeah, if you can get a publisher. So I wrote to my publisher and they said, yeah, we'd be interested because this is a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
And so we had 3 months in which to put together, I think it was like 20,000 emails flying, because these guys were they really are full of themselves. They're going to hate me for saying this.
So this is kind of like the 1L of Indian engineering school. It's like, this is what it's really like. These are the guys that are there, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, but all full of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, well, engineers, they know everything. So,
exactly.
gosh, we could talk about this for another 2 hours, couldn't we? But alas, I think.
So, well, thank you for being with us. Our guest today is Urmilla Deshpande. She's the author of A Pack of Lies, Kashmir Blues, and
a bunch of erotic short stories that will come out in June.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We'll be looking for that. I'm Mark Mushton with Diane Roberts. Thanks for being with us on Furious Fiction.